now, don't give up. So that was it's a good question, good catch. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. So my mother, she was a Seva convener. I wish she could come here. She came 2 years back to Raleigh. She's now 88 years old, and I can see that that generation of devotees who came to know Swami first time in 60s or 50s, right? You have seen, I know we have here many of them, is that their intensity is so high for them because everything is fed to them about Swami by Swami only. So they didn't know, nobody knew about Swami before, right? So if you had to get a knowledge of Swami, only Swami can give. Physically, Swami is to give, spend time with them. So she's very, very passionate. Even till today, though she's 88, she speaks Malayalam because she's grew up in Kerala, and Tamil and Hindi. So even now, every week she has got 2 Zoom sessions she does for different devotees. She lives in Pune now, talking about Swami. She'll go through all the literature daytime, she'll write down. She wants to share with people because she feels that this avatar has come, we can't lose any moment. Though I'm old, I cannot go out to serve or something. So she was a Seva convener at the time. So she had played a role of Seva convener, education coordinator, because it was the beginning, right? 70s, 80s, 90s, till end of 90s, she was very, very active as an office bearer. And Swami also told them, I mean, I didn't go into which detail, but that time, the interview, you do my work, you have a lot of prarabdha that I'll take care of it. You just continue to do. So they literally believed in that. She literally believed, I can say, though she's my mom, I'm just bringing it up, is that literally believed that we have a duty only to do Swami's work. Not to worry, not to get bogged down or upset with something that doesn't allow us to go forward. So she, of course, not that she had a very path of roses every time. She had a lot of, like my elder brother, he passed away, my father passed away, her sister. So if we call this all the devastating experience, she has gone through all of them. So one devotee in Raleigh, she asked that question to her. So how did you deal with these losses? They're all very dear ones, right? It's losing our own son. He was 21-year-old. He was doing medicine. My brother. So it's not easy. She said the only person who can, the answer she gave us, the only person who can save or protect from any of this is Swami. And that's the time we can't leave him. You should hold on to him much more than before. So our mind will say, what's the point? We are believing so and so and it's not happening. Correct? That's the time we should focus more on him. And that's the strength she works with, even today. And I mean, jokingly, one of the other, it's a non-psych group she was addressing, and midlife crisis, that was the topic given to her. Like, people from 40 to 50, ladies, they were all ladies, they were all working women, and auntie, how do we manage? We are going through children, growth, our family and work, we are going crazy, right? So that was a group at the other time. So one lady asked my mother that you're looking very fresh, and your skin looks fresh, all this, how are you keeping up? And then she said, every day morning, this is what Swami told them. What I'm trying to say is, they just do whatever Swami said in those days. Right? Every morning, just Omkaram Suprabhatam. Get up at 4:30 and do Om Suprabhatam. That's all you have to do. And so that was the answer she gave. You'll be fine. And because Swami used to tell them, do this in the morning. And evening bhajan. See, this was even to my parents, Swami said, every day evening you do bhajan, half an hour, so that your children also sit with you. So children don't know, right? They don't know what to expect. So when the parents do, automatically they also sit. They may not sit initially, after they'll sit. Slowly they'll sit. They keep hearing to that. So all of us, we went through that process. When they were implementing each of them, my parents, and my father, the moment Swami said no watching movies, that time, right, he stopped. So I had never watched any movie, going to theatre, no TV at home already. So never watched because that's it. The moment Swami says in Puttaparthi, it's followed every home. That was of the all. So I would say that that generation.
Even today, you don't watch movies?
No, no, I watch movies. Yeah, yeah. I'm saying that point of time, that the kids age where we don't know how to kind of what is right and what is wrong, right? That's the time we go through. So
Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt,
yeah,
Bipin, to understand, the intensity has been reduced. He's talking about his father and mother. The intensity has been reduced.
no, no, I'm not saying right. It's a movies now. Yeah, now we know what is right. We know what movies to watch, right? That
You
age
watch
is
the right
so
movies.
that time our discrimination is not
Impression.
there.
Yes.
So for the children's sake, so Swami told once in the discourse, that's it, they implement. Right away they. So for them, there is no other reason to do anything. Whether my father, remember.
I didn't mean to slow you down.
No, no,
But
that's
I have a question on the intensity part.
okay.
Because I hear this from in India and also here. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Your mom's generation is same as my dad's generation, and
correct.
they are very intense, like you said.
Right.
When it comes like we are going and we are doing no questions asked, they do the seva and whatever they can do and within their means. They have lesser means than us
Sure.
compared to them. And now their complaint is, is this like their anguish and complaint, you can put whichever word you want to put it. The younger generation, even the kids are not coming and helping them out and continuing the process.
The legacy,
That's the
yeah.
worry that they have, that whether this such that what do you call center can be run anymore or not when we go too old and we can't run this kind of.
Very interesting. Yeah.
That is the one, but for us it is different story here, but there, that is the intensity that they are not seeing in their own kids and all.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to say in the beginning they were totally empowered or fed by Swami himself directly. So it's so key that I mean it's everywhere the problem is, right? Everywhere it's not a problem, but maybe there's a journey we all go through, right? Where the parents, that intensity, they gave us a structure. Now today we have a structure of Sai Center which was not there those days. So we have that comfort. We have that comfort. Any child, any kid, they have an access to it. So they all have done for it. They have done. So that's why Swami created that format. The intensity again is not maybe that chadu, whatever he said, right? So that comes again. The intensity is not just I'm doing 20 soup kitchen or 20 Nagar Sangeetan and my intensity I'll make it 30, right? So it is not that intensity we're talking about, the intensity of the connect, internal. So that connect can happen from wherever we are, whatever we are. Right? So that I think Swami strengthens over a period. He strengthens that kind of beautiful inner connection. Once we get that, then whatever we do, it gets a purpose. Otherwise, the seva, what happens? I mean, there's a lot of stories, but I will want to share. What is the time? Yeah, we have. Yeah. So maybe after this, I'll come to that story. So here, so my mother that time, when my father told Swami, please come to our center in Coimbatore. He's telling in Puttaparthi, okay? That time in the 60s, please come to our place. There are like-minded people. Please come and bless them. That was his prayer. Very innocently he prayed. I'm talking about 1964. And Swami also said, I'll come. Surely I'll come. Tapakunda, right? No, definitely I'll come. And the way Swami did it, so beautiful. Actually, there's one letter Swami himself wrote to the Samiti before he came. And through Kasturi, he sent that letter. So we have that framed in our center. Like why Swami started the organization, like that, you know? And it's very beautiful. Personally, that's what I'm trying to say. Personally, he has spent time with people. Personally, he spent time with the centers. Swami was aligned to that excitement, aligned to that growth of in each devotee. And so we were asking her in Raleigh some questions. So about bhajans, for example, right? She was a devotional coordinator. And they used to go to Puttaparthi, and they didn't have a recording media. They didn't have a tape recorder or something, right, in those days. But they used to hear Raja Reddy Garu and Vijaya, sister Vijaya, they used to sing in the mandir. No mics that time. So now, how do we learn this bhajan? It's a new concept. We didn't have we have Sampradaya bhajan, which is very known, but not Sai bhajan known to anybody. We didn't have Sai Sundaram recording or, all this Hyderabad, Bombay recordings we didn't have. So my mother was saying that she will have sit with other 3-4 ladies, and each one, when Raja Reddy Garu, when he sings, they will memorize each line. For example, my mother will memorize the first one. The second line will be by the next lady. Third one. So that's so they pick up the whole bhajan and come to the room or wherever they're staying, practice it because they don't want to forget it, right? And they'll bring it to the Samiti. This is the effort they have put. Effort is that, because when Pawan said about recording, right, I could see that they have lived that. They lived like each line they'll memorize. That's all they'll know. I shouldn't forget the first line, the words and tune. And today we see bhajans are so vibrant, whole world, but the generation that has put that effort, bringing it to the Samiti, and Samiti will start singing each time. So it's very interesting that how the Sai movement has, really evolved beautifully by inspiration from Swami. That's what. So she always talks about it. So we didn't have a recording. I mean, you guys, you write down, you put projection. So she was surprised. You have all this in the screen, and said we never had all this access to any of this. So the focus was more that time with them, right? So that was the thing, and so Swami and she was saying that when Swami came to light the lamp in our Samiti, and she's standing there. So it was not lighting first, right, when Swami started. And she didn't know there was a camphor kept below the thread, right, the 3-1. So that it will catch very quickly fire when Swami does it. So Swami pointed out, there's a camphor, don't worry, it will light. Swami is so focused, concentrated, though it's an act. An act, Swami does thousands of times every day, and talking to people, still he pays all the attention there. For the devotee who is standing, it makes a huge connect, right? That Swami said this to me. So every day when she lights the lamp, she remembers this, right? Oh, Swami said this, right? So this is a connect Swami creates. I always see, even as a student, Swami, always created memories for all of us. As alumni, you would see a lot of alumni sharing different stories. The reason is, we are only, I would say that leaving from one memory to another memory. Next day morning we'll be ready. Morning from the hostel, hey, today, what should I ask Swami, or what Swami is going to say? So our whole mind is geared up as a child to see what Swami has to say to me, or to us, doesn't matter. So that training Swami gave, right? So even though we have different things around us, Swami will make sure there's no distraction. Because he's put the full our attention to come to him, right? That's very interestingly the way he works. Because I am also a parent, I have 2 children, so I see it's not easy, right, to get this. We get tired, but he does for thousands of students there every year, batch after batch. And so that is my mom's story. And my father, of course, that time, my father was very new to Swami, but though he was already into a spiritual practice by another guru in Kerala, Ananda Ashram is a place, and Sriram, Jairam, that's what they do. And then Swami looked at him and said, I know you're trying to build a mansion, right, in spirituality, but your foundation is very weak. And so he said, Swami, I didn't understand. Swamiji used to call Swamiji at the time. And Swamiji, I didn't understand what you meant by this. And Swami said, your anger is a big obstacle for you. You have anger, that short temperament, which is the biggest obstacle for your growth. Then, immediately, in like those days, right? He immediately said, because of my family, I get angry, right? And Swami beautifully said, I give all this because you are signed up for your spiritual journey, right, with me. Then I will make sure that you achieve that by providing people around you, whether it's our own relatives or it will be friends or at workplace, doesn't matter. They will keep giving us different experience to align ourselves to that journey. So that's how it works, right? So it's a beautiful, Swami put the thought in them. So don't worry if you go through anything. I am working on you. That's what it is. So that's what they believe. Even today, literally, when she came, she gave strength to all of us more, right? Though we are much younger to her, because she believes that today my son is in America, I am in Pune, fine, I'm fine. This is Swami's design. And she enjoys further. So I think that each statement that Swami said, each message, right, that has so much of power. So one day she was telling the Balikas teachers in Raleigh, he said, at home, you guys, he said, that's what my mom used to do also, put all Swami's message, love all, serve all, help our never, right? And being lost and becoming. Like this, we have so many Swami's quotes, just put across in your room, everywhere. Let the child read, just read. When they look up, they should be able to read. I know we put a lot of our pictures or some other pictures we put, but put Swami's quote. That's all we have to do. Every day the child will see it, it will go into their system. It was a very interesting practical point, right? And that she was telling, so the child will automatically be aligned. You don't have to do any extra effort. The quote will work on it, the message. But now today they don't have a message to access to the message, so they are lost, right? So we can facilitate in a different way for the children, so that they are aligned or they are always within that ecosystem. So some of the things I suddenly remembered. So she was saying, yeah, maybe we can go to the next slide. This is a university that I joined. I'm very happy and proud to be part of that, because it's not just an university, like Swami said, where we can get to learn the other aspects of life, which Swami did it. Yeah. This is again Patti campus. Yeah, this is MS Subbulakshmi Ma. Yeah, I might have shared this in Baltimore retreat, I think. But the thing is how Swami works with children. So we are all children of 15 years, 17 years, or even 5-year-old children. But the way Swami empowers, he doesn't give instruction all the time. So our children don't like instruction, right? They don't like instruction. So we cannot work with that mode. We know that we'll fail in that. So I was thinking, how does Swami work with us in that age? So I kind of then reconnected the method that he adopts is the inspiration model. So for example, this was a harmonium thing, and I was very excited. I want to play for Swami. I was only 15-year-old, but I didn't have all this knowledge of harmonium playing. Only simple Arati I could play, or Ganesh Sharanam, very small, very low level knowledge. But my desire is to play for Swami. And we had all the great musicians like, Sonam, we know Sonam, right? So like this top musicians, they were all there. So they were playing. So I couldn't get there into that. But my desire is, my prayer is. So one day Swami asked me, as we are sitting like this, in Vrindavan, the setup is very informal. Swami's chair, and we all sit around. So Swami said, you want to play harmonium? He asked. I didn't, I only have a fraction of a second to respond. Everybody is sitting around. And if I say yes, I know I don't have that knowledge or to do. But if I say no, I may not get this opportunity again. So I think I shook head in both the direction. And so immediately Sonam pushed the harmonium to me. He was sitting next to me. I had to play. So it's very interesting that because I will tell my son, you should practice regularly, this and do, right? And I have fear, he may fail. But here is Swami, he has no fear. He has only love, right? So I always feel when you love somebody, you will not induce fear or live in fear. So absence of fear is love, absence of love is fear. Right? That's what it is. So that's what I inferred from Swami. That's why when you're around Swami, you feel only love, no fear, because it can't exist. So if I'm inducing fear in my son or daughter, that means I need to work on my love part. That is the lesson I learned. So love will automatically take care of their growth. So then I played, of course I played very minimum in the sense Sonam will play the first line, then I'll play the remaining. This one I do in Raleigh too. Raleigh Center, there are some kids, they want to play. They can play, but they are a little afraid to, from the start of each bhajan. So I'll sit next to them. So I'll play the first line and they will continue. They just need to know the raga, that's it, right? The pattern of the keys. And then one day after, not 2 years later, I was working on it in my own pace, 11th grade, 12th grade. So in college, first year when I was there, M.S. Lakshmi Amma, she had come to see Swami, to have darshan, her husband also. So they both, Swami brought them into the interview room. And then Swami was looking at MS and said, you know what, these are all my boys. He's very proud of his children, always. And then he asked MS, Amma, can you sing Bhajagovindam? So Bhajagovindam is something that we all know, we have heard, we attribute to MS more than Shankaracharya, I think. because we feel MS has composed it. Because that much is, like, it is one with her voice. So then she said, Swami, I'm so sorry, I just came only for darshan. I didn't bring my team, the whole team. And then Swami said, no problem, my boys will play for you. Instantly. So we were all sitting there. I was on the harmonium. We had one more boy. And he's a singer, but he can play some mridangam. So he immediately just ran. As soon as this statement, Swami said, my boys will play, he ran to the hostel. Because hostel is just next door. Because he knew this is going to happen. And we need to have it ready. So he ran to get the mridangam. And even now we joke about it, me and that boy. His name is Vasudevan. He's in Chennai. So Swami said, my boys will play. And imagine to somebody who is music herself, right? And but Swami has no fear. What is that Swami would have applied? I am also struggling to learn, right? Because the moment I look at somebody, I only see what all they cannot do, right? The deficiencies I immediately know. Somebody, I'm not able to see their what strength they can do. And Swami sees only the strength, the way it's working. So then immediately, then she said, Swami, I'm so sorry, I didn't bring the lyrics, right? And because she didn't have the lyrics in hand. So in 5 minutes, I think we should be done, right? Yeah. So then lyrics-wise, Then after that, she said, Swami, I don't have lyrics with me. Then Swami said, oh, you only sang for the CD? Swami asked her. And she felt very bad. She was in tears, to be honest, because when God is asking, you are not able to sing for him. Then he said, okay, let both of us sing together. So Swami and both of them sang together the full Bhajagovindam thing. And then Swami said, I listen to your CD when I go in the car. And I enjoy it. So she was really crying. She said, Swami, for me, all that singing that I have done in life, today I see the fulfillment or the blessing that you appreciate my singing. And then immediately Swami asked, how did the boys do? Right? We were all sitting. And she said, Swami, they are wonderful. That's what she will say, right? Because we have Swami with us, that we are heroes. And the moment Swami is moved out, then we are zero. So Swami, they played so well. Yes. And that empowerment at that moment is needed. If my son or daughter or any child, right, if we can give them that empowerment at time to time, imagine what potential they will realize. I didn't even know whether I'm a harmonium player, a tabla player, or a violin player. I had no knowledge. I just want to play for Swami. Whatever is, doesn't matter. I was in that stage only. But this so nicely Swami orchestrated, you can do this. We can do that. So in the end, it is again, what is the study, right? The chadu. When we learn that aspect of studies, everything comes to us. It just comes to us. It's not that we go acquire from outside. I'm always used to acquiring, right? We had to go and learn for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, course, certification. We are used to that type of. Whereas in Swami's university, when I say university, not the college, but Swami as a divine university, everything is infinite potential. The moment he looks at us in the discourse, he says, Divyatma Swarupalara. He gives us the status that you are all divine. Sitting, all divine people are sitting. Now let us talk. He's not saying all people from America, from Delhi, Japan, or something. He directly empowers us that you are divine. So, if I can say that. So, here is a perfect person, which is Swami is perfect, any perfect we can put. And he says that we can accept the mistake. That is a pride thing to accept mistake. It's not a weakness to accept. Swami used to say this also, right? Because all the time my struggle is how to say I had done a mistake. To cover up, I make so many Maya illusionary stuff, right? So that our mistake is not seen by somebody else. Here is Swami, is okay. You know, we all know how that Hari Bhajana Vina song came, right? The way Swami learnt it from a student. So it's there in the YouTube. Beautifully. Swami didn't mind. Oh, I am a divine. I create bhajans. Things happen. I'm Saraswati. But here he is ready to learn from a student to teach that Hari Bhajan Vina Shantinai. That is the example we have. The example that we have is, so what it means is, accepting the mistake is not imperfection. So we may tend to consider these two, right? We are perfect, he is perfect, but accepting the mistake so that we can correct it. One fun thing is one of speaker, Andrew from Tampa, is American devotee. I like his sharing. So we had called him and he had come to share. So he plays guitar. So beautifully he sings and he's a professor too, speaks very well about Swami. But in the beginning time, so somebody had called him to give a talk. So he went to that place and I might have shared this before. And then while talking, he plays guitar, he sang one bhajan. He's also very new to Swami and people also, devotees, in that audience. Then he kept the guitar down because he wanted to start talking after the bhajan, after his bhajan. So as he was talking, then he kept the guitar on top of the mic wire, the wire that runs. So the mic person from the amplifier, he said, brother, if you can move the guitar so that I can pull the wire out, right? It won't be disturbance for you. So he said, oh, no problem. So he said, my left feet was close by. He just pushed it with his feet, right? Left feet, the guitar on the side. So I can see the expression. One sound came from the audience, all very synchronized sound, right? Instantly it happened. So he didn't know why that sound came. And because he just pushed it, with the feet, that left feet. Then he just narrates this. To this session I arranged for group 4 and younger YAs, right? That's only for them. So now these children, they loved this experience. And what he said is, after that he said, in some customs, later I understood, this is worshipped like a god, goddess, which he didn't know, right? He didn't know. So he said, that's time I got to know, oh, okay, some audience, this is sensitive. So next time I didn't do it. But he accepted the mistake that I did, right? So I'm telling you, some of the younger YAs, they loved it. They came for the second session. Next day, we had it for adults, right? They didn't want to miss it. Why? Because This guy is setting the example. I know we may make mistake. It's okay. But if you can correct it, that's all Swami wants us to get there. So this chance of, when I'm speaking, my son used to say that, when you all speak, sometime you will make it so ideal that you will never made a mistake in life. Always only good things happen. You are a true devotee, like that, no? See, in the end, what happens is the children don't know, oh, they are too high level. I can't work with them. I make mistake every day. I have bad thoughts coming every day. So there is no chance for them. That's what they feel. Though we may not say it, but in my storytelling, I don't include this accepting mistake. Right? I only say very idealistic, I'm the best person, I'm the best saint, I'm the best singer. Everything is best I do, but not, I also make a mistake in anything. So children are, I would say, that best teachers for us because they teach us these nuances very well. To ground us, the reality of the real Chadu that Swami mentioned, correct? And yeah, that was the story of MS. And maybe the proud thing, today I may be playing harmonium with His grace, but the thing is that foundation, empowerment that He gave. Now I don't know who is going to be the next artist. That was literally my case. So I went on my own. Every morning I'll sit in the hostel in one room and start practicing because I didn't know who is going to be the next one. Which singer is going to come. Not that Swami said, you better practice every day. Next singer is coming. If you do well, I'll make you play for. Swami didn't say that. I know He's going to give me. That is the faith I had. Now I have to be ready for it. I don't want to let that all, the trust and empowerment down. So I worked. So this is the inspirational what I'm talking about. So instead of giving instructions, every morning you practice for 2 hours, then you come to me, let me see. So that is one way to do. But for the children, this again for the children I'm saying. But with Swami, this is what I learned. He gave the chance. And I didn't let it down, right?
I'm saying, I didn't know that I have a
Oh, last time you said about on bhajan, right? Of course, this is in a bigger picture. I'm saying this. Each child, the connect. I would say that my job is I was a coordinator in Tampa, here in Gilliland. If I can create a comfort for each child with Swami, which that's what he did. Swami, what he did was, we as a 15-year-old, he made sure that we are comfortable because we have only seen Swami in picture, right? Suddenly you are seeing Swami next to chair, you can get scared. You can get intimidated also because Swami's face is, with the hair and everything. But Swami spent time. He'll give you a chance like this, or he'll say, okay, show Arati. If you'll see the next one, next slide. So he'll say, okay, show Arati to me. Or he'll say that, give me chocolate. So different things Swami will do. This one, yeah, Arati. I was only 15-year-old, right? I just put this for nothing about me in this, right? It's more important is, I was only 15-year-old in Vrindavan. I don't think anybody will give a chance for me to do Arati because I'm not from a priest family, correct, where I'll know how to show the Arati, right or left, nothing. At least I have seen Aratis in my Samiti, but there are some of my classmates, they are totally new to any of this. They also do this. And Swami accepts that. Why? Because he's using this as a media. That's why later I started going deeper into this. Why did Swami do this? Swami wants me to be comfortable with Him. Swami wants me to go near Him, that near and dear, right? So when we make a child near to Him like this, through different activity, they become so comfortable. Oh, Swami is cool. Swami is my friend. For that, I may say 1,000 words, but those words will not go into the system till that thing is created for them. So these are the ways that Swami used to make us comfortable. Various ways. This one, Thalam is another one. I remember when you're small, like kids like this, right? So we'll sit next to Swami, and Swami loves to play Thalam. So before the bhajan starts, the boy who sits next to, it will be rotated also, and he'll get a chance to give. That's time Swami will ask you, what is your name? Because new boy, right? Newly come into the hostel, and where are you from? What does your parents do? So these are the ways he'll make you comfortable. So if I can do the same for children, right? A child, that spending time, making them get this connect with Swami, then magic will happen. Once they're connected with Swami, our efforts will become zero because nothing to do. He's taking them like the kitten, like the cat, devotion, right? He'll take them to the heights. There's no doubt. And that is the example. Yeah, we will, I think it's time up, right? Oh, yeah, 11 o'clock. Sorry. Yes, Sairam. Thank you. But we'll keep going. I'll keep coming here and we will love to spend time together. Sairam.
Thank you, brother, for your time. And this was wonderful.
Sairam. Sairam. Thank you. Sairam.
Conclude with one.
Once just I wanted